Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Recovery Sticks, a channel where we talk about life after prison and maintaining your addiction once you're released. And tonight actually, because I just got off of work, it was a heck of a day. Man, I swear, bro, my job just drives me crazy. But tonight, I actually want to talk to y'all about enabling. And it's a big thing. It's a huge thing that I get asked about a lot. Like, people ask me about this more than a lot of other things. And the story will usually go something like this. How do I help my husband, or how do I help my girlfriend? How do I help my boyfriend? How do I help my wife get clean? And I say, well, what are they doing? And they'll say, well, every single time it's time for us to pay bills, they'll pay the bills, or they'll take the money from their paycheck and then they'll go buy drugs with it, and then I'll pay the bills, and the next thing you know, they're dope sick, or they can't function, they need this, they need that. I'll tell them no, I can't give them the money, and then they act a crazy fool, and then I'll just give them the money just to get them to leave me alone. You did what? It's always the same story. Or it's, I'm the one who works, they don't work whatsoever, so I don't want them to go out stealing, or I don't want them to go out and rob nobody, or kidnap anybody, or hurt anybody, or take from somebody, or take from a store. I don't want to see them get in trouble, so I'd rather just give them the money for the drugs than them go out and get the money themselves and do it illegally. I don't need them going away. What? Nah, that's not how we're rocking. Let's relive this. When I was an active addict, all right, when I was a huge active addict, I always had a relationship. I was always in a relationship with some girl. Half the girls I was with were addicts. Half the girls I was with wasn't rocking with it. They didn't smoke weed, they didn't drink, they weren't rocking with nothing, all right? But I guess I was charismatic because they stuck with me for some reason anyway, okay? And a lot of people, when you're in relationships, the person that's not an addict will always feel like they can help. They always want to be the one to help, especially women. Women in relationships with men, and I'm not saying men don't do this, but women in relationships that don't do drugs, but their boyfriend do drugs, they always, that motherly instinct will come out, and they always want to help them. They always want to make it seem like there's a way for them to fix it. Like they can always fix it. Like they got all the answers, all right? Every single time I would wake up, or every single time throughout my day that I would get sick, or I would need money, or this, that, and the other, my partner would give it to me. They would ask their parents, they would ask their friends, they would do different things for me. They would just do it just so they didn't want to see me sick, right? And I used to start to understand this, like, oh, well, she doesn't want to see me sick, and there's no way she's going to let me be dope sick, or there's no way she's going to let me feel bad because she knows I'm not going to be in a good mood, because I'm not going to be the same person I was when I'm sick than when I am high. It's a whole different person. Like you just turn into a whole different person. You're angry, you're tired, you're irritable, you're not happy, you hate life. Like you're just not a good person to be around, right? So what happens is your partner will be like, you know what? I don't want them to be like this. I want to see them happy. I don't want to see them in pain. I don't want to see them go through this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to help them. I'm going to help them. And in my mind, it's helping them feel better, so I'll give them the money for the drugs. That's what they'll do, right? That's not helping them at all. So they would give me the money for the drugs, and then I would go out and do the drugs. Now I'm happy, I love you, you're the best, you're my best friend, I'll never leave you, and we're great, we're this, we're that. But now I'm high, so I'm an asshole anyways, all right? I'm not a better person. It's not like I'm gonna miraculously change my life now that I've gotten high. I just got what I wanted. And because most people who are in relationships with people who do drugs, if they don't do drugs, they always find a need to help, because there's something about that person. I don't know what it was, but there was something about that person. When you met them, you fell in love, or you fell for something that they did. You fell in love for something about them. It was their laugh, it was their smile, it was their care, it was their trust, it was the way they spoke to you, the way they showed you attention. I don't know what it is, but that person showed you something, and because of that, you fell in love with them, or you got strong feelings for them, and next thing you know, you roll up into knowing that they have this addiction, you roll up into knowing that they're going through this, and you don't want to see them hurt, so what do? You help them, you enable them. It always ends bad. it always ends bad. For the 10 years I was on drugs, it always ended bad. There was never one time that I had a partner who enabled me where we worked out. It always gets to the point where, as an addict, you take and take and take and take and take and take and take. You're just going to keep taking. You're never not going to take. You're just going to keep taking. And you'll never want to give. And then when you do give, the little bit that you do give, what ends up happening is you feel like you've given the world. This person has literally given you everything they have. You gave them a little bit and you felt like you've given them the world. And it ends bad. It always ends bad. It ends with anger. It ends with fighting. It ends with depression. It ends with assault. It ends bad. Some cases it ends with murder, man. It ends bad. So when people ask me, hey man, my wife's on drugs, or my husband's on drugs, my boyfriend's on drugs, my girlfriend's on drugs, my very first question to them is, do you do drugs? If they say no, then I say, okay, do you agree with them doing drugs? If they say no, I say, all right, well, if you don't agree with them doing drugs, then why do you give them money for drugs? Why do you continue to stand by them as they do drugs? Because you care about them? So do you care about them more than your own beliefs? Or is your love for this person bigger than your morals and your ethics in life? And a lot of people, they don't understand that. See, a lot of people, when they date addicts, they don't want to stop the addict from being an addict because then they think they might lose that person. And what ends up happening in that situation is people don't want to be hurt. They don't want to deal with the pain of being alone. And that's the biggest problem with enablers. Enablers don't want to end up being alone. It takes some traumatic experience for some crazy stuff to happen for an enabler to be like, I'm done. And it's always like that. It's always like that. I've never seen it end good any other way. So if you don't believe in what they're doing, and you're sick and tired of them asking you for stuff, and you feel like you're being used, and you feel like there's no end, and you feel like they can't get help, and that person's been to rehab, and when you got with them, they told you they've been to 4 rehabs. What's different about you? You tell me what's different about you. Tell me what makes you think that you're going to be able to change this person who's been to 4 rehabs, been getting high forever, wild as shit. Tell me, what can you do to change this person? When people tell me, ask me what I can do or what can they do to help somebody change, I say, 1, don't give them any money. 2, find local resources for them. Find local resources for them. Don't give them any money. And go away when they get upset. Show them that you'll leave when they get upset behind it. Because they're going to call you everything in the world. They're going to say everything in the world. You're going to be the biggest POS in the world. You're going to be the BIT, all the letters that go together to make words we shouldn't say. You're going to be all that. Guy or girl. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. You're going to be all that. All right? And eventually what will happen is you're going to see if that person really loves you or not. You're going to see if that person really likes you or not. Because what will end up happening is, if you stop giving that person money, you stop giving that person the stuff that they want, you stop enabling that person for everything that they're doing that you don't stand for, they're either going to do one or two things. They're either going to stick with you, and they're going to say, you know what, I understand why you're not doing this. You know what, I totally get why you won't do this. I need to change my life, and you're showing me that I need to change my life. Or what they're going to do, they're going to say, F you, I'm done with you, you ain't shit, blah, 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 I'm done, and they're going to leave. That's it. There's no in between. That's all that's going to happen. You can't love them more than they love themselves. That's it. There's no soft-spoken best way to handle this. There's not. Stop giving them money. Stop enabling them. And stop staying around when they get mad to let them beat on you and cuss you out and call you every name in the world. Stop doing all that. Now, those are for the people who don't do drugs, who are dating addicts, guy or girl. On the flip side of this, I was an addict. When I dated girls who were addicts, it always went bad. I'm not going to say never, but 9 times out of 10, it always ends bad. If you're an addict and you know you want to get clean, and you know that your partner, guy or girl or boy, whatever it might be, you know your partner's an addict, and you know your partner says they want to get clean, but you know they're not going to take the steps to get clean first, but you know you really want to get clean, that's when you reach out to resources. That's when you reach out to your counselors. That's when you go to your family and you're like, look, I really, really love such and such. I really, really want to be with such and such. But I know if I stay with this person, I'm not going to be able to stay clean. I know if I stay with this person, it's not good for my mental health. I know if I stay good with this person, it's not good for my health. So I need to get away from this person, and I need y'all to help me. I need y'all to support me. So I'm going to break up with this person this week. Or I'm going to tell this person, hey, you know, we can't, I gotta do better for myself. I gotta get better for myself. And look, if we really love each other, we'll end up back together. But as long as you're getting high and I'm getting high, we can't make it together. We're not going to work. If the person that you're with really loves you or really cares about you, and that's the thing, if they care about you, not if you've just been messing around in the bedroom and they're just really good in bed or they're just great company, because that will happen with a lot of addicts. A lot of addicts will find other people who are just like them and they'll hang around them just because they're just like them. They really don't love them. They care about them. If I spend 6 months with anybody, I'm going to start to care about them if I get along with them. They really don't love them. They just kind of have grown towards them. But if the person that you love really loves you, they're going to tell you, you know what, you're right, let's get clean. Let's split apart. Because I know if I stay with you, it's going to be hard for me to get clean. I know if you stay with me, it's going to be hard for me to get clean. So let's split apart. Now, can you both say, you know what, we're going to get clean together? You can. And it's really good when I see couples do that. It's really good when I see couples say, you know what, I'm going to get clean. I want you to get clean. We're going to start at the same time. Put a time on it. Monday, I don't give a damn, come hell or high water. That's it. That's it. That's it. We're done. When you can support somebody who's an addict and you're an addict and you both come together to get clean, that's love. That's love. But if you're an addict and you know you want to get clean and the person you're trying to get clean, the person you want to get clean with you doesn't want to get clean, that's not love. Now, do they care about you? Yes. Do they matter to you? Yes. Do you matter to them? Yes. Are y'all meant for each other? Who knows? But it's not love until they want to see you do better. It's not love until they want to see you do better than you were. It's not love until they want to see you prosper. It's not love until they want to see you in a better financial system with better health. That's love. Everybody wants to see everybody do good, but a lot of addicts don't want to see you do good in spite of me. And I was like that, so I know. So you're talking to somebody who did it. You're listening to somebody who did that. There's nothing an addict can ever tell me in this lifetime. There's no thought process that they could ever tell me in this lifetime I didn't even think, I didn't do, or I didn't act on. It just happened. And it took a long time for me to understand that. It took a long time for me to be able to admit that. Most addicts don't want to admit they have a problem, especially when they have a relationship. And let me tell you something. When you're dating somebody who's an addict and they are a full-blown addict, they're an active addict, their heads are big because they think they're the prettiest, cutest, finest, best thing walking in the world. And 9 times out of 10, they look like crap. They look horrible. I look back at pictures of me from 5-6 years ago, I was like, oh my God. When I finally got arrested, I walked into jail, I weighed 197 pounds. 197 pounds. I'm 6'3" to 197 pounds. I looked horrible. Horrible. But you couldn't tell me nothing. In my head, I looked like Tyrese for facts. In my head, I was the finest thing walking. And then it was weird because when I finally got out of prison, when I finally got out of lockup, I got more attention from girls weighing 240 pounds than I did at 197 pounds because I was clean and I was healthy. Look, this video isn't to entice anybody, but what it is meant to do is to teach you how to deal with enabling. If you're dating somebody and they're an active addict, and you've been asking this person to get clean, and they don't want to get clean, but you keep giving them money because you don't want to see them sick. You keep giving them money because you don't want them to hurt. You keep giving them money because you don't want them mad at you because you love them. You're not helping them. In no way, shape, or form is that help. There's no way that that becomes help. What that is enabling. And that same thing that they're doing that you don't like, you're literally making it worse for them. You're not helping them. When a person needs help and you don't help them in the right way, you help them in a negative way, you're just as bad as they are. Oh my God, Sticks said it. Sticks said you're just as bad. Yes, mom, dad, sister, brother, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. When you start giving, or when you keep giving the person that you love money and you keep taking them to get their drugs and you keep doing this because you don't want to see them hurting, you don't want to see them unhappy, you don't want to see them sick, you don't want to see them go through all that, and you keep doing it, you're just as bad as them. So if you're the person that keeps doing that and you're not willing to stop doing that, can't reach out to me and say, hey, can you help me? Because I can't help you until you can help yourself, and you can't help them until you can help yourself. And these are facts. These are real facts. Guys, I'm almost home. I just want to drop that knowledge. I do get people to ask me about stuff like that all the time, and I just wanted to speak on it. I just really wanted to speak on it. Hey man, thank y'all for watching videos. Hope y'all follow the channel. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that great stuff. Talk to y'all later. Recovery 6. Peace.